football brings you the divisional round of the NFL playoffs, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. It's the reigning Super Bowl champs and the Chiefs, and it's coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to chilly, but of course sold out, GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Coming up, it's divisional round Saturday. We've got an AFC battle on tap between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Kansas City Chiefs. Welcome again, one and all. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Brandon Gaunt on hand alongside Charles Davis. And yes, the storyline here, the weather. Snow and more of it expected as this game continues. So how will that impact how this one goes?
Can these teams ignore the distraction and the strangeness of playing in a snow game? Because it actually affects the crowd as well. That big roar you get is often muffled when there's a snow game. And the second part, what's the footwear you got on? Does that fit the turf you're playing on? And how will it handle as things get a little bit slick?
Of 4 berths in the conference championships on the line here as divisional weekend in the NFL is underway. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Steelers now for their first drive. And leading them, Charles, their quarterback, their field general.
And what a great game that was to watch last week, because he put on a show in the wild card round with 5 touchdown passes. So if you ever want to see what a hot quarterback looks like, watch that tape. Let's see if that same hot quarterback shows up in this one.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. They'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Fryermuth. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Again, it's Harris on second down. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30.
Bring it up, bring it up.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
On first down, Harris powers through him. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
They'll run for the first time with Raheem Mostert. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
All day, baby, all day.
Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And now a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown.
That's the way to make
Devontae Adams there to make the grab. And the Steelers are on the board first here in this division round matchup. Extra point through the snowflakes, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So that one an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. And it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Taken from about the 12. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Get ready.
Time to see what Patrick Mahomes can do here with his first possession. The quarterback out of Texas Tech getting set to lead this KC Chiefs offense.
All in all, he was pretty solid in the victory in the wild card round and threw a couple of touchdowns. And when it comes to quarterback play, you'd always love spectacular. But in the playoffs, you'll take solid. And that's exactly what they're looking for from him again in this contest.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Working with 2nd and 5 now. They'll run for the first time with Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32.
Not the kind of gain that we'll go absolutely crazy for, but it's the kind of gain that you need to have when you're running back in the NFL. And Clyde Edwards-Helaire, with that low center of gravity and strength, he's going to get those tough, gritty yards for you when necessary.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. The 20. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. A great effort there. 68 yards. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Extra point by Butker is on target. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. Well, we know that he can beat you in a number of ways. He can catch it short, he can take it long, or he can do what we just saw right there, catch it and then run with the football.
And that should serve as a big warning to this defense. They know now that they have to stick close to these receivers because they have the ability to break games wide open after the catch, and that one wound up in the end zone.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he takes it all the way down to the 3. A big play there on the catch and run. We know he's good at catching the football, but then after the catch, he's got escapability.
Not only that, he's got some toughness as well, because you know he's coached very hard to make sure he battles through, breaks tackles, and then they finish with, but don't fumble the football.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. And they'll try again here, 1st and goal after the false start. They hand this off to Harris, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. They're going to look to throw. Forced out to his left. And it'll be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And the Chiefs are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at the 20. The drive will begin with a run by Edwards-Helaire. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup at 9 yards on 1st down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early, because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Mahomes taps this forward. It's a jet sweep. And now Miller hit, and he fumbles. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
Whenever we call a game that's in the snow, we have to focus a little bit more, trying to make sure we've got the right numbers on players that we're calling, right? The right guys in the game. Think about the guys on the field. Their focus has to really increase as well, because so many things coming at you.
you got to make sure that you're really locked in on taking care of the ball.
Or if you don't, you cough it up like they did right there. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now back to throw. A yard in the wrong direction. Makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that nearly intercepted. Well, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. But instead, it's 4th down. And his kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
Jackson now to return. It's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only give up the field goal? And it
got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Patrick Mahomes, he can do everything seemingly, and that time he just reared back and let it fly.
And I'm telling you, nothing will let up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and you know everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. They'll try and start this drive in the air. This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. In this weather, any big play in the passing game, that's just a bonus, right?
It certainly is, but oftentimes offenses think inclement weather plays to their advantage because you know where you're going on offense. Defenders have to react, and they often slip.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag there. Let's check in with our referee.
What's the deal, y'all?
So a costly penalty yardage-wise as that'll move the football down to the spot of the foul.
And what the officials are looking for in these situations, whether you're playing the man or the ball. And if you're playing the man, you get a lot.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown.
Clean the house, baby.
Najee Harris, a 12-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers on just 2 plays have taken the lead. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And it's now 17-14. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Jackson now to return. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. KC's offense ready to take over. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1 play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1 play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Working from the gun, Mahomes. It's complete. It's Miller. And some space here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Here comes Edwards-Helaire on the toss right. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
He'll swing this one out to Edwards-Helaire. And he's going to be taken down at the 39, clearly short of the first by a few yards. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Yeah, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Now a play fake here on first down. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. These two teams all tied after one. Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. A give to Harris. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 60 yards rushing for him now as he has been strong here in the first half of this divisional round matchup. They'll look to throw here on first down. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Davante Adams. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Steelers are going to take the lead. Crew able to connect on the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. So that drive, 4 plays, and it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. Following the touchdown, here's Crew to kick off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Time now for Patrick Mahomes as we put him in our players spotlight. And I don't know what more they need to see of him than what we're going to see in this player montage. He's been great. Why aren't they winning this game, I guess, is the question.
It is a good question, isn't it? Remember the time we spent with them in practice beforehand and had that little twinkle in his eye where he thought, hey, we can get some bombs in this game. We can get deep, and that's exactly what's going on. But I don't think he thought if they could do that they'd be on the losing end.
They might need more of this air raid attack.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
No, check that. We're like 52 right here.
Mahomes now to throw. They'll set up the screen to Edwards-Helaire. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Yeah, baby! Yeah!
Boy, that was certainly well-read defensively, and the key to any screenplay is space to work, and there was none to be found there, and they tackle him for just a short gain.
From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th. On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Najee Harris and the Steeler offense set to go to work once again.
And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have it.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked up by Juan Thornhill. And the Chiefs are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer.
Wow, so wipe out the INT roughing the passer. What a disaster.
An absolute disaster, and you hope their lockers are not right next to each other for the postgame. Safe to say one is not buying the other dinner.
Escaping the pressure right. He hits Adams complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves them with a 2nd and 3. You talked about the need for them to establish the run early. They've been able to do that here in the first half.
And that means that the whole offense has adopted that attitude and that persona. We're going to take care of this young quarterback. Let's all get together and run it and take the pressure off.
And the Steelers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Back to throw. Toward the pylon, caught. And in for the Steelers touchdown. Davante Adams saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Set to take over, Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. A lot of the problems have been on the other side of the ball. Is that frustrating for a quarterback who's been playing well?
It is, but there's no way that the best ones let their teammates know that. They actually take it upon themselves and say, okay, I have to do even more, or I need to play better. Maybe even say, I put my defense in a bad spot. That's what true leadership shows you.
Yeah, well, he doesn't need to change much personally. From the 30 on 2nd down, Mahomes. This one caught by Davis.
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
Attack! 15!
1st and 10, it's Edwards-Helaire with it. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. The last run got 3, now here's 2nd and 7.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Second down, but this one is incomplete. He was waving his arms, wanted the football, but he dropped it. And that reminds me of a story you told me from your days at Tennessee. We don't need to mention the other guy's name, but when he dropped an open pass that you blew coverage on, what'd you say to him?
Yeah, it's really not right since I blew coverage, but
he's got a man, complete. And all the way down to the 10-yard line. A big play there first and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Throwing now is Mahomes. And he's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. Scotty Miller there to make the grab. And the Chiefs are able to get this back within a touchdown. Extra point by Butker is on target. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it winds up with the Chiefs hitting pay dirt. This is taken just shy of the 10. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape, up past the 30.
Let's go, get excited. Let's go, let's go.
Out comes Devontae Adams in the offense for their next drive. He's doing what he's capable of, having a solid game. Not the most amazing game. He's not over 100 yards, but a good game so far.
And you just know that mentally, he feels like he's one catch away from turning it into a great game and starting on that road. And the defenders are well aware of that, too. They've got to figure out a way to not let that escalate. Keep him right in this zone here and call it a day, because otherwise, he can really decimate him.
Better believe they are. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Chris Jones gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that nearly intercepted. Boy, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. And instead, it's 4th down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. That'll be a 49-yard punt, 6 yards there on the return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
Now a throw here to his running back. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. And with that, they're now out of timeouts, and still plenty of time remaining here in this 2nd quarter. The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. From the gun, it's Mahomes. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline.
Let's go.
And he takes it down deep into Pittsburgh territory. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal.
54's Mike.
Now it's Mahomes again. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21.
I'm going to hit you.
Fletcher Cox.
Dang.
What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
Traditionally, as a defense, your #1 job, stop the run. But in today's football, it's impacting the opposing quarterback. Make him uncomfortable. And so far, they've not been able to do that.
Not at all. He's been really comfortable in the pocket. 3 touchdown passes already.
So that could be an important first sack if they do want to turn things around.
A big one coming in this divisional round playoff. 3rd and goal. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Lewis. And the Steelers are going to get the football here at their own 23. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And with a little under a minute to go, still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose. He's going to go for a big play downfield. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They'll set up a throw. Looking deep for Adams. This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But third down coming up. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And that's caught inside the 30. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Terry McLaurin, 77 yards. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. And that looked almost to be a case of, a quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished.
And that is absolutely demoralizing for a defense because you've got the offense on the ropes. It's third down. You're trying to get off the field and then wham. You have a letdown in the secondary and you give up a big one.
Coup for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. Following the touchdown, here's Coup to kick off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Patrick Mahomes on his way out for their next drive. And how does he rally the troops, so to speak? He's played well, but they're down big on the scoreboard. How does he get his guys going?
To make sure they understand it's not a me game, it's a team game. Everyone has to come together. Everyone has to up the level of play a little bit, including himself, and find a way to make some plays in order to give them a little bit of a spark and rally the team.
We'll see if they can indeed rally down big on the scoreboard right now. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Here's Mahomes to throw. It's Miller, complete. There he goes, right side. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Scotty Miller as the first half is winding down. And the Chiefs are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Well, like so many wide receivers, he is a threat with the ball in his hands, and he's able to do his damage here after the catch. Butker now to add the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. This one taken just inside the 10. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. Slings this deep from McLaurin. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. So it's on to halftime of this AFC divisional round matchup as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. The first of 4 divisional round matchups coming up this weekend. We'll get back out to you guys in just a moment. But first, let's take a look ahead to tomorrow's other divisional round games in the AFC. And it looks like a good one, as it'll be the Tennessee Titans doing battle with the Cleveland Browns. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats for the Steelers in that first half, and you'll see they've continued to run the ball well. It's been a staple of theirs all year as they look to move forward in these playoffs. Meanwhile, for the Chiefs, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football, and they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break. Final adjustments are underway in the locker rooms. Which of these two teams will survive and advance to next weekend's AFC Championship game? To find out, we go back to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. Taken from about the 12. Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And he'll take this back down inside the 20. And that has to be so frustrating because you know that they had something set up there for this first drive of the second half. It wasn't the fumble.
Sometimes no matter what you go over at halftime, no matter what you say, errors will result, and that's exactly what happened here. They were trying to change things from what happened in the first half. Instead, they continue to make mistakes.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. First and 10.
And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call.
Holding offense.
Can't do that.
That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block would be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. They'll look to throw. Completion here to Claypool. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. And passing yardage-wise, now up over 350 in this game. Pretty nice performance.
Definitely that, which usually means you're putting a lot of pressure on guys trying to cover. If you're a defensive back and they put over 350 yards on you, you've had a long day. The key to everything, if you're doing it without throwing interceptions or turning the ball over.
So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. From the left hash, this from 34. And this one is right through. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So give them 3 on that drive. You know, normally you'd say, we'll take it, but the way points have been flying around, it feels like a little bit of a letdown.
Yeah, you just have to wonder, are field goals going to be enough? Because as you pointed out, the way touchdowns have been scored, does kicking a field goal actually put you at a disadvantage the rest of the way?
And down he goes just shy of the 25. Now penalty marker is down. Let's see what that's about. Yeah, this is going to put him back with a not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return, then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. Second and 6. The run got 4. Now they deal with a second and 6. To throw, it's Mahomes. To the right side, it's Kelsey. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. Throwing on first down is Mahomes. Going deep this time for Miller. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10. Mahomes going to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Miller. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. Complete. The tight end, Kelsey. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That's 30 yards now in the last 2 plays. Back-to-back 15-yarders, and they're rolling.
Mike 52, Mike 52. Hey, let's get this, get this. Hey,
Mahomes to throw once more. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Touchdown. A great play there. 34 yards. And the Chiefs are able to get this back
up within a touchdown. Butker on for the PAT. And the lead is down to a field goal now. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Marching back onto the field now, Devontae Adams and company getting set to go. And individually, he's been tough to cover. 3 touchdowns.
Almost impossible. It doesn't matter what they throw at him. Doesn't matter what type of coverages. Whether it's zone, it's man. Sometimes you're showing that combination coverage. Sometimes we use what they call brackets to try and hold him down. None of that is working. He's found seams in the defense, and he's created big plays.
And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Looking to throw. Looking deep for Adams. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Similar to a shooter in basketball, just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty. Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Now this throw caught left side. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 49-yard line. Back to throw here. Flushed out right. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A big play there on the keeper.
He's starting to fall into the category of not fair, because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, almost impossible.
Well, yeah, exactly. They've had trouble stopping him in the secondary. This time they've got the great coverage. Oh, he can run too. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Plain and simple. That's the 2nd time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to it? Maybe his rhythm was just off. He's got thrown off.
He's got Claypool for a Steeler touchdown. Chase Claypool there to make the grab. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give him a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. This one taken just inside the 10. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Looking deep downfield. And this one is incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Right there, 54 Mike.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Here's J.K. Scott now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. He'll send this one into the Midwestern air, and it's a good one. This will be fielded at the 17. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. 2nd and 9 now. That one is slant to McLaurin. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into it.
And it's a fumble, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. You can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone came around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. 87 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Adams. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line. 2nd down and 7. They'll look to throw here. Able to hit his target, Claypool. And in for the Steelers, touchdown. Chase Claypool. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. Whoa! He just yanked that one well to the left and no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Fielded right around the 8. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. And Kansas City's offense now set and ready to go. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
somewhere
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Yellow. Hey, 15.
To throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes. Wide open receiver complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. It's a big play there for the Chiefs. So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Mahomes.
He'll swing this one out to Edwards-Helaire.
Not much there, only a yard.
Don't be mad. Don't be mad.
We're back now in KC. 1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Throwing again on 2nd down. Mahomes. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Alex Highsmith in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
remember throughout my career hearing defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll find his running back, RoThLiS. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. It's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th down. Now Mahomes got to have this one. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Let's go. Let's do this.
The Chiefs tried it, but they're turned away on 4th down. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7.
Now here's another carry for Harris. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw.
Open man completes it to Claypool. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
Looking deep for Adams. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Juan Thornhill. And the Chiefs are right back in this football game. Now with that interception, you feel like we've got a ball game again. Remember, 2-score contest and still time left here in the 4th.
And in the old days, not too long gone either. Throwing the ball here would have been an absolute no-no, but the way the game's played now, throwing it makes sense. You just have to be careful when you put it in the air.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete.
Let's go, fellas.
And he'll be out right at the 35. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Now Mahomes. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
Here we go.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up a 1st down.
That's what impresses me about him. When he's called upon, he usually gets it done. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
Good yardage on the completion there. When they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
A shotgun snap and a give to RoThLiS.
And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
Now here's Mahomes. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Devin Bush able to get in there and run him down for what's going to be a loss of 15 yards all told.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Edwards-Helaire as they run out of the gun. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
Completed pass brings up a 4th down situation. Do you play analytics on this one? Well, what do your analytics tell you about going for it here? I wonder what they would say.
They tell me you're down by this margin, 4th quarter, you're going. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Chiefs' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. Mahomes will throw for it. And they're going to get the 2. It's caught. So they get the conversion, and now we're back to a 1-score game. And that almost makes it a brand-new ballgame. Now it's a 1-score affair after they get the 2.
And you have to know they were holding their breath on the 2-point play because they had to have it to get it within the range that you just talked about. Dialed up their 2-point play. It worked. Now they're feeling like they've got a shot at this one.
Oh, no.
Well, that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. With that field position after the return wasn't terrific, it's not a great starting field position as well.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Looking deep for Adams. It got his man complete. 20.
Can't be denied, boy.
Touchdown. Devontae Adams, 85 yards.
And the Steelers are drawing closer to a date in the AFC title game as they extend this 4th quarter lead. Koo now for the point after.
And the lead is up to 15 now. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. 1-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now here comes Kansas City.
Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard.
Looking to throw is Mahomes.
They'll set up the screen to Edwards-Helaire.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. To throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes.
And this is dropped. Oh, my goodness. There was no one around him, but he took his eye off it, and it falls incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
You can't block me. Mike 55, Mike 55. Hey, eat.
Mahomes.
He's good. He's checking.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Mahomes.
He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. They'll run on 1st down. It's Harris. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. That one looks like he'll throw here. And that is incomplete.
After what they've faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
On third down, here's Harris. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And it's off the crossbar. Oh, he couldn't even get it there. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, he had that one on target. That's half the battle. The other half of the battle, however, is distance.
And he nearly had that, too. But it was the crossbar that said otherwise. And that'll deny him a shot at 3.
Mahomes will throw. Pass complete to Edwards-Helaire. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. Here's Mahomes. Finding Edwards-Helaire once again. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Mahomes. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Mike, 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Right here.
Mahomes to throw it.
And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up,
Mahomes. And this pass broken up. The contact, a lot of time there. And now 4th down.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
54, right there.
They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner.
And the Steelers are going to take over at their own 41. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
And down inside the 10 at the 9.
145 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in this divisional round matchup.
And that run has to be so deflating for the defense. They needed the stop. That might put the icing on the cake.
Perfect word for it, because when an offense grinds a defense down and kind of takes their heart from them, and you see them start to sag, no better feeling for the team running the football.
The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. They go to a knee here, and with that, it's on to the AFC title game. So they file for the exits here in silence. And what a job to come in on the road, divisional round of the playoffs, and you get to end it by going down to a knee.
Now their confidence has to be at an extreme high. That's 2 weeks in a row they've gone on the road and gotten it done. They don't care where they go. From here on out, they think they can beat anyone.
The Steelers going to survive and advance as we say so long, everybody.